I'm Andrew Sainsing. I'm one of the hosts and producers of The Graduates, an interview talk show on KALX, where we interview graduate students from Berkeley about their work here on campus and around the world. And we try to tailor those interviews for the undergrad population here to hear more about like what it's like to be in grad school, and to see that grad student research isn't something that's like really hard to get into, but that anyone can get into. It's usually scientists, and it's really the goal is to show that scientific research is like this accessible pursuit for anybody. But I also like to interview people outside of scientific departments. So I've interviewed people in history and people in literature departments, and I just think that's really interesting too, because, you know, I don't know, I guess the scientific research is like, oh yeah, you do research and you figure out what's going on scientifically, but I think it's also cool to like see what research means for people who aren't scientists. Like, what does it mean to do research as someone who's studying history or literature? It's really cool because I take it as an opportunity to just email people who just research things that I'm interested in. Like one person, Adam Carl, was or is studying in the folklore and Scandinavian departments, and his research interests are partially about Norse mythology, and I thought it would be really cool to talk about Norse mythology. So that was a lot of fun. Like, I've always been interested in that. It's mostly me reaching out to people, but I've had some people ask me if they can be on the show, and that's always great, because otherwise it's like I have to go find people. So our interviews are usually, you know, they follow a general format, and so it's relatively easy to stay like within that format, where I say, what is the research you do? How did you get into that research? How did you get to Berkeley? Things like that. That's like another thing, right? To show people that these researchers are just regular people like them. Like, that's like getting back to that accessibility of scientific research to everyone. But then before I interview, I also ask people what they do, and right, I've like looked them up, and so I kind of have vague ideas of their research, and so I make more specific questions about their research, and then I just try to like go with the flow during the interviews, and you know, if something comes up and I don't understand it, I just start asking about it, and I just think that makes for a good interview. My favorite part is just doing the actual interview. I think that's always fun, like actually talking to the person. Anything like after the interview is not as fun as the actual interview itself, I would say, but it's all worth it to get it on here. Students can definitely reach out to me and get on the show, because I'm always interested in more people to interview.